Hello everyone, this is Logical Programmer and welcome back to my third tutorial video on Python. In this video we will learn about the three operators, logical comparison and arithmetic operators. So let's get started with arithmetic operators. There are four arithmetic operators: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. If you want to add the two numbers or more than two numbers, you can use the addition sign and add them. With addition sign you can also add the strings as well. So let's start with numbers. Suppose if I want to add 10 plus 20 plus 30, so this is how you add the two or more than two numbers. You can also add the negative numbers like -7 plus 10, you get the output 3. Same goes for the subtraction sign as well. If you want to subtract the numbers, you can put the minus sign in between like this: 10 minus 7 minus 3 minus 2, you get the answer -2. Suppose if I want to subtract 3 from 10, I'll simply write 10 minus 3, which I will get the output as 7. So this is how you subtract the numbers. Now comes the multiplication sign. Multiplication sign is represented by the star, and you can put the star sign in between the numbers you want to multiply. Suppose if I want to multiply 10 with 3, I'll simply write 10 star 3, which is 10 multiplied by 3. I get 30. You can also multiply more than two numbers. 10 into 2 into 5, you get the output as 100. Same goes for the division. If you want to divide the two numbers, you can simply write the forward slash, which represents the division. Suppose if I want to divide 25 by 5, I'll simply write 25 divided by 5. The output I'll get is 5.0, which is in float. What if I want the number in integer? What I will do is I'll simply write double slash between the numbers. 25 divide double slash 5. I'll get the answer 5. So double slash is also called as integer division. In some cases where you want the answer in integer, you have to use the double slash between the numbers. Now guys, if you divide the two numbers, you get the quotient and remainder. Forward slash will always give you the quotient. What if you want the remainder of two numbers? You have to simply write the modulus sign, that is percentage sign, which is known as modulus, in between the numbers. Now here 25 is completely divisible by 5, right? So the remainder will be 0. Now suppose if I write 15 mod 2. Now here 15 is not completely divisible by 2, so we will be getting some remainder out here. So I get the output as 1. Now there is something called as PEDMAS. PEDMAS. PEDMAS stands for parenthesis, exponential, division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. Python follows the PEDMAS rule. I'll show you what it is. Suppose if I write 25 plus 5 into 3, I'll close the bracket, I'll put the minus sign, I'll open the bracket, and here I write 100 plus 5, I'll close the bracket and double slash 5. So I got the answer 19. So in this case, How did the Python calculate this? Python followed the PADMAS rule. PADMAS stands for parenthesis, as you all know. So the Python first calculated the whatever is there inside the bracket. So Python first calculated this, and then comes the exponential, which is not there. Then comes the division part. Division is outside the parenthesis, so it will calculate later on. Now comes the multiplication part. So here 5 into 3 got calculated first, which got added by 25. Then here in this case 100 plus 5 got calculated, and later on the division part got calculated, and at the last the subtraction part got calculated. So this was the arithmetic operators. There is something called as double star. Now what is this? This is exponential. Suppose if I write 5 double star 2, what it will give? It will give us 25. So this whole thing is nothing but 5 raised to 2. So basically we have calculated the square of 5. What if I want the cube of 5? I'll simply write 5 double star 3. I'll get 125. We will take another example. Suppose if I want the square of 7, I'll simply write 7 double star 2. I'll get 49. 7 double star 3. I get the cube of 7, which is 343. So this was the arithmetic operators. Now comes the comparison operators. There are 6 comparison operators: less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, equals to, and at the last not equal to. So these are 6 comparison operators. Now suppose if I assign some value to a, suppose if I write a is equals to 20 and b is equals to 40. Now we will make use of every comparison operators here. Suppose if I write a is less than b, which is true, so we will get the output as true. What if I write a is greater than b? Obviously it will give us false. What if I write a is less than or equal to b? Now in this case a should be less than or should be equal to b in order to get the answer true. So obviously a is smaller than b, which we will get true. What if I write a is greater than equal to b? In this case a should be greater than or should be equal to b, but a is smaller than b, so we will get the answer false. Now what if I write a equals to b? Obviously a is not equal to b. Now what if I write a is not equal to b? Obviously a is not equal to b, so we get the output true. Now comes the logical operators. There are 3 logical operators: and, or, and not. So we will see what and or is. Both or and are also Boolean operators, that is, they operate on the truthness of objects. For example, the expression a and b can be interpreted as are a and b true? The rules are pretty simple. A and B is true if only both A is true and B is true, otherwise it is false. If any of them is false, the answer we will get is false. Both should be true in order to get the answer true. So that was AND A or B. A or B is true if either A is true or B is true, otherwise it is false. If A is false and B is false, the answer is false. Either of them should be true in order to get the answer true. So that was OR operator. NOT operator works as the negation. Let's see how it works. And NOT, and if I write in true inside the bracket, so we get the output as false because we have put the NOT operator outside the bracket. What if I write NOT and write false inside the bracket? We'll get true. So this was the logical operators, and this was my third video on Python. In the next video we will learn something about the variables and how to take input from users and the if else statement. It's okay if you have not understood these operators. You will understand better next time where we will be solving some problems. And stay updated. Thank you.